Another high tier game going on Koom Valley. This time we have Mighty Sheep in the game, the winner of a 1v1 tournament. Not sure if he still has his crown. Yep, there we go. Just put that. Okay, there we go. His little crown here. He was the winner of a 1v1 tournament that happened around a month ago. He was up against Teddy in the finals, a pretty good Thailand player. And he managed to secure the victory. So that is pretty good. A very, very good, very experienced player. So it is always good to watch him and see him doing his strats, doing his thing. We have the teams: Mighty Sheep, Dark Hunter, Kushi, Screwish, Pamabama, the Great Kaka Consumer, Pretoric, Tabesh, going up against Spoder Friend, Lovely, the Chukni, Professor Bar, Zarks T, Dr. John, Ainz is here, and I Love My Cookies. The reason we see these players 4 videos in a row now, this is a high rank lobby. They just keep playing different maps. Pretty interesting to watch. And we'll see how this game goes on Koom Valley. Let's just put it like this. We don't see ticks like that. Let's just make it like this. We have some ticks going through from Kushi, trying to get a position. Commander from Zarks T and Dr. Drawn going forward, trying to get into position on this field. Oops. There we go. Some ticks going through from Mighty Sheep, opting for a bot lab. Let's see the players here: Tabesh and Screwish. Tabesh going a vehicle lab, Screwish going for a bot lab. Let's see the rest of a bot lab. 2 bot labs from Zarks and Dr. Drawn. Ainz having vehicles though. That is going to make a difference. I Love My Cookies as well. It's not that great to only have bot labs for your team. It's always good to have some vehicles, as they're just way beefier, way stronger than bots. Early game, mid game, and late game. We have some ticks trying to go through behind Great Kaka Consumer's base. We do not have any of them flowing through, so that is good. They're not going to get that vision. They're not going to get that information, the scouting that they're good for. Good for scouting and good for late game spam, these scout bots. 3 constructors from Zarks, making solar collectors. Getting a construction turret up, that is going to drain a lot of energy, a lot of metal. Not opting to get these metal extractors, trying to get the enemy's metal extractors, as Tabesh is pretty late to his lane. Zarks T takes advantage of that and just seizes his metal extractor over the hill, getting the top of the hill position, as well as he might even be able to push even more here, but that is just kind of risking it. Not exactly, since he has his flank here protected by I Love My Cookies and Dr. Drawn. Some grunts from Screwish, destroying these metal extractors from Dr. Drawn as he has his commander pretty forward. These ticks may be able to get in. This grunt as well. May be able to snipe this constructor. Yep, that is going to happen. This constructor is going to go down. Some pawns on the way from Zarks, trying to put a stop to that. A tick going through from Mighty Sheep. He's going to try and catch these metal extractors unprotected. It is gonna get destroyed. These only have 200 HP, and this tick 48 damage per second, getting a lot of XP from dealing damage to this economy here. But Incisor making short work of that. Sorry, making short work of that tick. Eyes pushing this position, is in a tight spot as he's up against the champ. That is a big difference in ranks. 44 against 27. Greece against United Kingdom. We'll see how it goes. Getting a Dragon's Claw up first thing off. That is pretty good. Trying to prevent any pushes that may happen. Mighty Sheep knows he's up against Cortex vehicles. And Ainz finds out that this Dragon Claw's turret is here the hard way. His Incisor goes down. Mighty Sheep fighting to hold position here. Getting this metal extractor up as soon as possible, as these metal extractors provide 3.5, I believe. Yep, that is a lot of metal income straight off the bat. Zarks T trying to get this tank destroyed from Tabesh. Tabesh just stacking up a lot of turrets here. Zarks does not have artillery, so he is going to be open to Tabesh's artillery, which can rain down fire any second now. As soon as he opts to go artillery, he's just making a few more tanks to have a stronger forward line. Healing up his tank while he shoots this turret. but Zarks has this Overwatch turret up. He's forced to retreat. Zarks having another turret here that they did not notice. Just a turret to protect the flank. Some grunts trying to flow through, but that is not going to happen. Mighty Sheep holding this site firmly. Making another Dragon's Claw. That is pretty good range. 480. Somewhat cheaper than a Warden. And is a pop-up lightning turret. Has a lot of health. Can be in a defensive mode. Just like down here as a fortification. We do not see its name. Once we hover over it from player view, we just see a fortification, Dragon's Teeth, I believe. And once it pops up, you know that it's a defensive turret. Pop-up defensive turret. Dr. Drawn trying to hold his position here, but does not manage to. Zarks is gonna get attacked by 2 players here. That could be a problem. Has some units there, but Dr. Drawn is trying to do as much damage as he can while he's on the retreat. Mighty Sheep getting a cloak up, which is a pretty good choice here. I's getting some artillery. That is very good against bots. He will be able to push this position from Mighty Sheep sooner rather than later. That construction bot goes down. He will not be able to provide good advanced defenses for Mighty Sheep anymore. Tabesh tries to manages to sneak 3 tanks through. Destroys a turret, destroys a metal extractor. Keep destroying these pawns. Question is, how much will he be able to do with these 3 tanks? Mighty Sheep trying to open up a flank, or maybe just trying to commander bomb this position. Yeah, he will commander bomb, as it is the last thing he's forced to. He's trying to see the enemy defenses. He may even degun. Nope, he's just gonna self-destruct this commander, and this entire front line is gonna go down from Ainz. He even does a commander trade. He is gonna be the one that wins this trade. He should keep these brutes over here, just trying to do some damage and trying to secure this 4,000 metal. His commander trade that ensued. Pretty good play from Ainz actually. By getting this artillery early, he managed to force Mighty Sheep into a commander trade. Mighty Sheep saying please secure. That is going to be hard, as these aggravators are closing in from Professor Bar. They will be able to secure this 4,000 metal. Mighty Sheep on the back foot right now does not have his commander on the front line, nor does Ainz, but he is in a better position here. Screwish trying to get his commander up into the spot where these 2 commanders got destroyed. Professor Bar already having his grave robbers at the ready. Already consuming almost consuming this commander completely. 2,000 metal. That is a lot. This artillery could have been managed way better. It just goes down to these pawns just standing in place, not doing anything in particular. Ainz just scrambling to get his units out, get his energy out, but constructing multiple at the same time. It's not end well usually. But we have Zarks and Dr. Drawn and Professor Bar fighting for this 4,000 commander wreckage, which goes mostly to the Western team. We have an air transport from... Alright, who is this? This is the Chukni. Having an air transport, already getting his Spooter friend paying for a T2 construction bot. Trying to get his economy up a bit faster. Not having a lab, which is good. Have a lot of fighting here on mid side. Screwish getting some grunts through. Just keeping this economy, this mid lane economy in check. Screwish and Tabesh holding this mid pretty strong, having a mix of bots and vehicles. Mighty Sheep not being able to push forward yet, nor is Ainz. Just waiting a bit to get his... What is stopping you? Mighty Sheep a bit angry about this, since the aggravators... Praetoric did not catch this on time. Nothing stopped him from pushing. Professor Bar just managed to move his units to help reclaim this metal. Kushi getting his commander here. Pretty pretty questionable spot. He may be shot down here by this incisor and this turret. That was not a good move from Kushi. That was just a commander sacrifice. He has his he has some of these Lazarus ready here, but Professor Bar pretty quick to move his commander here. These Lazarus could very well reclaim what's left of this wreckage. Professor Bar should just try and degun the rest. He does not see it, so they will just go down. He gets most of that metal. Kushi, that was a questionable commander bomb. No insane amount of damage was done, but at least they got that 2,000 metal reclaimed. Lovely having complete control over this lane. He should get some things done, as he is just standing still, still making T1 units, trying to make T2 units, missing on a lot of metal. Should try and push this position. Just poke and prod to try and get some information, as he is just standing there, not doing too much to assist his team. Meanwhile, Kushi getting a lot of these constructors forward. Probably gonna, it's not the greatest spot to build a metal extractor, but yeah, getting these units into the field, helping his team, while Lovely is just sitting there, not doing particularly anything. Pretoric just holding the line, not pushing at all, trying to get these T2 advanced metal extractors up. We have some Dragon's Maw in front from Screwish, but these Rocketeers are just so good against these static defenses. They're just not able to reach them. I love my cookies being forced back. Lovely getting some Rocketeers here to help. This gauntlet may go down. There's a lot of artillery here. This gauntlet will not be able to suppress all of them. Not the greatest position to be in from I love my cookies. Lovely still not making any progress here. Kaka Consumer just making a lot of turrets, which is still fine. Getting some Janices out there. Let's check Mighty Sheep here. Getting T2 constructors. Getting a console. Getting some Jaguars here. Trying to stock up on units before he goes. Pretty standard game that we have going on here. Nothing insane as of just yet. Getting some Fiends. Pretoric. Still not opting to push this. Professor Bar has commander here already. Not sure why he did not make this. He's trying to make an advanced one. But you should just try and put the basic one here, as it has 2 income. Let's just see what bombers. Okay, so it's Dark Hunters bombers. Trying to do some damage in the middle, but nothing too impressive. Getting shot down by Spoder Friend's fighters. Some of his own fighters coming in. That's a lot of bombers that survived. So we will be able to get another bombing run. Fighters from Spoder going down. They have the information that there is bombers, so they should try and get some anti-air. Bombers are going to bomb Dr. Drawn here. And like we were mentioning, he put them in a line here. So they're just going to bomb in a line and destroy anything that there is in that line. That is a lot of damage. No plasma bots, no maces go down, but that is still a lot of damage done. Being forced to go back. Dr. Drawn's commander is pretty low. We still have these bombers up. They're pretty threatening if they're alive. We already have some Sheldons from I Love My Cookies. The classic combo. A lot of metal here on the ground. Not sure why Zarks does not opt to go for it. 800, 900 metal. He's getting that metal extractor up, but he's in trouble with metal, so he's gonna take some time for that. Mighty Sheep pushing with Jaguars, not doing too much damage to these brutes. Even though they're a T2 unit, they're not that good against. Probably one brute can kill one Jaguar. That's how kind of weak they are. They're pretty good against economy and against light T1 units, but heavy T1 unit like this brute, Jaguars are just no match against them. We have some rockets coming through from, not sure what. Okay, we have some arbiters. Those are pretty good artillery units from the Cortex bot lab, tier 2 bot lab. Zarks under fire by Kushi. This commander may very well go down. Yep, and this commander will go down. The T2 construct, along with the T2 constructor and the advanced metal extractor that he was trying to get up. That is a pretty questionable position. He should have managed to get these two up, and then this one, and then that one. But yeah, he just loses his commander. Tabesh is gonna fight to secure that commander wreckage. That's 2,000 metal on the field. Some units flowing through from Lovely. Finally, he's making his move. Just a couple of hounds and thugs though. Could have made a stronger unit. He is Cortex. He has a bot lab. He could have opted for some, how are they called? The repulses, the all-terrain rocket spiders. Those are way better in getting up here. So Kushi finally getting destroyed by these hounds. Not caring about his front line. Came back to bite him, but these hounds still alive, trying to do damage. Should have went with the heavy plasma cannons instead of Gauss cannons, but still he managed to do a lot of damage. Kushi's base just getting completely destroyed. He only has some front line left. Does not even have a commander, I believe. Yep, that is correct. Lovely just completely dominating this position. Not sure why he didn't go for anti-air as... Okay, so I guess he did. Nope, there's just some fighters for Spoder, making short work of those bombers from Dark Hunter. So Kushi is almost completely out of the game, just has some units to work with. Check how the fight is going here. So Mighty Sheep going with some Mausers, a Rattlesnake, and a T2 Constructor. Those Mausers outrange Moz, I believe it was. No, actually Ainz's units by pretty big range. That Rattlesnake as well. Pretty strong shells coming out of that. Static defense, and some Mausers outrange these Sheldons by around 100 range. So that is going to be Mighty Sheep taking the lead. Praetoric getting some of these Fiends to cross and go to Professor Barr's base. Professor Barr not expecting that, but these Sumos should be able to put a stop to these Fiends. They do a lot of damage and are pretty tanky. These Fiends are just coming one by one. You should not send your units one by one. They're just going to end up being killed by the stronger units that are like Sumos or Hounds. These Fiends will not be able to do anything whatsoever. He should try and put him in the line here. Some EMP bombers. Yep, some EMP bombers coming from Spoder Friend. And those Mausers just raining down fire. This Bulwark is not going to go up if this continues. This Rattlesnake has insane range. It's just been positioned to fire here. And this Bulwark might go up, but there is no defense. And Rattlesnake just severely outranges it. Unless this Rattlesnake goes down. Nope. Mighty Sheep just put some Jaguars there. I love my cookies. Went back with his commander, just losing control over this lane. Lovely getting some more Hounds. This time opting for heavy plasma shells, but question is how much will they be able to do? I have some Hounds going through, and we have some T1 tanks from Dark Hunter. Just gonna try and stem the bleeding of these units. Should opt for Repulses, as they're just a way better unit. The Great Kaka Consumer getting these Jaguars here, putting a stop to Lovely's plans. And there we have a nuke coming from, was it Dark Hunter? Was it, that was Pama Bama, nuking, just completely getting Moz, was that Moz? Sorry, Dr. Drawn out of this game. That was a nuke that got Zarks and Dr. Drawn completely destroyed. Their bases are out of the picture, and another nuke coming in, just stocking up on 2 nukes, which is pretty smart to catch players off, to catch them, to surprise them, catch them off guard. This is Professor Barr's base, just gonna get completely destroyed. Does not have this anti-nuke charged, and there goes Professor Barr. Very good strats, very good nuke from Pama Bama. Pretty good player. Ranked 29 from Sweden. Clearly experienced, as we're seeing from these couple of games. Professor Bar out of the picture. Dr. Drawn and Zarks the same. This Western team is suffering a lot. Now they're just seizing ground. Mighty Sheep and Screwish are just covering more and more ground. The Chukni has some tier 3 Shivas, but I doubt that will make any significant difference. These 3 players just got nuked and completely erased. Praetoric should try and push this position, Professor Bar. Some units from I Love My Cookies on mid, just not being able to do any considerable damage. EMP bombers coming in from Spoder Friend. At least he still has his base up. We have a lot of anti-nukes right now, so there should not be any more trouble from Pama Bama's nukes. As we're seeing, there's a nuke being launched. Not sure where he put it though. Put it into Yellow's base, but he does have. Oh no, actually, he's just getting his anti-nuke constructed. Lovely. That is so unfortunate. You're gonna get your base destroyed here. You're constructing an advanced fusion reactor, but you're gonna get these metals completely destroyed. And that is Lovely out. Getting his base destroyed. He has somewhat of a base left here, but these metal extractors, and this is just big trouble. Pamabama being able to nuke 4 players. That is insane. We see nukes 2 games in a row. I'm not sure why these players. Lovely had so much time to build these anti-nukes. He had complete domination over his lane and just not sure what he was doing pretty much. And he got nuked at 22 minutes. He could have gotten that anti-nuke anytime, at any point. He was not under pressure. He was not, his hand was not forced. So he was able to make that anytime, and that is a pretty big mistake coming from Lovely. That is 4 players completely destroyed by nukes. Well, we have some of Lovely's base left, but that was a pretty serious nuke. No tier 2 lab left. He cannot get any units. The Great Kaka Consumer being aware of this, but will he be able to push? We have a Fat Boy and a couple of snipers. 5 snipers to be exact. They're gonna make short work of these bulls. But they're gonna get some damage in and destroy this anti-air, some of the metal extractors. But yeah, we will see if Pamabema gets another nuke off. That is minus 16% on their reload time. What is going on here? Why do we see so many pings? Was that those were some bombers from Spoder Friend? That is no danger whatsoever. We have a lot of these fighters from Dark Hunter. Dark Hunter here trying to rebuild Kushi's base, which got destroyed by Lovely. And a lot of T1 units coming from Chukni. Question is, will they be able to push forward with these Shivas and with this T1? Screwish getting his commander out. Pamabama should be aware that there is no... that's not a big position for Lovely. I guess they don't have vision there, or he's just unsure and he's just nuking that spot. Are those advanced? No, that's nothing too much, but he's gonna lose his construction bot as well. He does have some back here, but that nuke, not that big of a deal. Chukni gonna try and get this situation under control, and Praetoric flowing some units through. Professor Bar has a Razorback at the ready. Gonna put a stop to these units of Praetoric. He's getting a couple of units out there. Actually, a few sumos, but not enough. Those EMP bombers are gonna make short work of that. And Chukni actually trying to single-handedly push the front line. Screwish blowing up these Shivas. Very good move with the commander. These Shivas are gonna think twice before pushing again, but that is one commander going down. There's 2 commanders left for I Love My Cookies and Lovely, and the other team having just 4 commanders, which is pretty good. Tabesh just dancing with his commander here, and let's check this view, how it's going. Mighty Sheep trying to solidify his hold on the side, having a lot of anti-air, which is good. We have some more sumos and actually thermites. Those are all-terrain, how they're called, all-terrain assault spiders. Pretty low range, but can do considerable damage if left unchecked. For example, if they just climb here. Oh no, actually, sorry, that's his team's base. If they start climbing here, but we have a Razorback here at the ready to deal with those. Not sure how much health this Razorback has, around half HP, 35% actually. These Thermite will be able to deal with that Razorback. They do not see him coming. We have some sumos. We have some sumos and some pawns coming out, but those are not going to be a problem for these Thermites. These Termites should be able to. Sorry, that was a mute button. Those Termites should be able to kill this Razorback, but they do not decide to. They should just turn back and kill this Razorback. It's just going to keep destroying them. EMP Bomber coming in. Just need a bit more. No, that is not enough. Will they prevent it from doing any serious damage? They're trying to destroy this Razorback a bit too late, in my opinion, and they just get shot down completely. Some more Shivas coming from the Chukni. This time there is no commander to detonate them. There's some Razorbacks coming in from Mighty Sheep. Actually, a couple of them. Four Razorbacks here, being able to put Eins under pressure. Some EMP bombers coming in to cover and try and stun these Razorbacks. More on the way. Those EMP bombers are no match for these I guess laser machine gun Razorback robots. They're pretty good. They do not have an anti-air solution, but their laser guns are pretty good anti-air solution. Sorry about that. That was probably too loud. Shiva is not gonna present any threat to these Razorbacks whatsoever. Razorback's pretty strong, pretty versatile unit. Nothing going on too much here. Spoder Friend just making some Razorbacks to match Mighty Sheep's, but this base is gonna get pushed. Units are flowing in more and more. We have this Shredder anti-air. It's just gonna make short work of these EMP bombers. Pretty good decision from Mighty Sheep to just get some anti-air out, and this base is being threatened by a lot of these Razorbacks. One Razorback or two just focusing. Yep, this should be GG's. Mighty Sheep's flowing his units through. Oh, sorry about that. Just flowing his units through into Eins' base. In the end, Mighty Sheep is pretty experienced. He knows how to play early, mid, and late game. Actually, most of these players do. Some just better than others. And this just happens ultimately. Some more of those Razorbacks flanking, destroying the build power, and anti-air just dealing with these EMP bombers. They're just slowing these Razorbacks down. That is Eins' economy gone. Have some Razorbacks from Pamabama actually as well. You should opt to nuke these Shivas over here, or the Great Kaka Consumer can just blow them up. Lovely. Still trying to get his advanced fusion reactor up. Barely managed to get it up, but it's a bit too late. Mighty Sheep flowing through with these units. Spoder Friend is next. This anti-air is very, very good. Just microing his Razorbacks pretty well. Are there more on the way? Yes, indeed, there is more on the way. Some ticks coming in from Pamabama, and these Razorbacks are just still not contested. Getting pinged. Some Shivas, but that is not going to be a problem for these Hornets and for this Starlight. They're just going to get cancelled. The Chuknik doing all he can, but it is not enough. Mighty Sheep going through. Spoder Friend's base is next. He's constructing too many things at the same time. Just making T1 units, making a bot lab, making T3 units, and these Razorbacks are just going to completely destroy his base. Very good thing from Mighty Sheep to hit build power first. That's what he should try and do. But this is just up next. He can just sacrifice these two Razorbacks for this. And yep, there we see a forfeit happening from the Western team. It's a pretty good game. The Chukni trying his best, Spoder Friend trying their best, but that is just not enough. A lot of these Cargonet started coming in from Pretoric, but that was it. Mighty Sheep, the champ, and for a good reason. Clearly, just showing very good play in this game, and overall it was pretty good. He even produced the most resources, although being fighting the entire time. Very good game from him, and yep, that should be it. Have a good one, guys. Take care.